You hate your job. You think it's useless. You think that you have no impact. And when you commute to your place where you have to start your shift, you feel this wrench to your stomach that seem to block your breath. You can't even breathe properly while you're commuting to your job, and it's like a heavy stone upon your chest. And when you finally finished, when your workday is finally over, you get out from the you get out from the palace. It's cold outside. It's dark. The sun already goes over the horizon, and you think back at the day that just has passed, and you feel like your day was wasted. You learned nothing. You made zero difference in the world. If that's you, I suggest you to keep continue watching this video because this might help you. My story. I currently working as a physical therapist in two nursing home for elderly people. And it's a job where I'm paid quite little. It's repetitive, and when you enter in the morning these places, the first thing that you smell is piss and shit, literally. Piss and shit. And in this place, patients usually have dementia or they're very cognitively declined. So you enter, you try to talk and have a relationship with these people, and they will start to spitting you in the face. They will say that you are a motherfucker. They will say that you are an asshole, and will say a lot of not very nice things about you. Of course, it's not their fault. They have big problems by neurologically speaking, but it's not that pleasant to hearing that you are an selfish asshole every day by someone else. Okay, it's not that good, and by what you can actually do from a rehabilitation standpoint, it's very pointless. Okay, you don't have that much progress with patients, and when you actually achieve progress, they will decay quite soon, and eventually, sooner or later, they die. So what you're thinking is, what I think sometimes is, why should I bother? Why should I even try to improve the mobility and the capacity of this patient when a couple of years and they will be in the grave anyway, and they will not recover their lost brain cells. They already have dementia. They don't even know where the fuck they are. Why should I bother? It really sucks as a job and doesn't fulfill me, but is necessary to do right now for me in order to achieve my goals and save money to help my family. So I have to do it. And I wanted to tell you my story because I want to make understand that I'm in kind of similar position that you are. You're probably doing a job that doesn't fulfill you, and you're doing it for sense of duty. You have to do it because you have to take care of someone, maybe, or you are young. You just started to see many possibilities, and you're doing this thing that you actually hate, but you're forced to do for some external circumstances. And if you're in this situation, I personally found help in classic literature. And I'm going to talk about a book that really helped me shift my perspective. And it's One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, a book by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. And in this book tells a story of a day in the life of a prisoner in a Siberian gulag, Ivan Denisovich. And it describes the pain of hunger, the fingers falling off from your hands because there are minus 20 degrees Celsius, and they don't have the necessary clothing in order to protect themselves from the cold. And they are giving them bowls of kashka that actually don't give you the nutrition that you need. If for those who don't know, kashka is like let's say cereals in with water. It's oatmeal with a little bit of water. Fucking sucks, and it doesn't give you adequate nutrition because you also have to perform heavy, exhausting physical labor during the day. And don't close the video right now. Mine is not a simplistic, oh, there are people who are worse than us. No, 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 no. That's not what I want to say about you, about the situation. It's not that, oh, there are people who have worse than us. It's not that I'm going to talk about. Your suffering and my suffering is valuable, and it's legitimate. I'm not going to delegitimate your suffering. It's absolutely something that is should receive validation. But there is a point in a book that really struck me. Basically, in the story, Ivan Denisovich and his team has to go towards a construction site, and they have to do some physical labor. Okay, Ivan Denisovich has the duty, not duty, sorry, the goal, his job basically is to create this brick wall. Okay, he has to create this brick wall and is forced to build it in a harsh climate without getting paid for a government that has betrayed him, and in a prison camp when he lives a miserable life. He have the worst condition in the world. I bet worse condition than you that are watching this video. And yet, Ivan takes pride in his work. He concentrates and immerses himself so much in what he is doing that he's almost in a mystical ecstasy. What is described in this book is a flow state during building a brick wall for the communist government. And I have goosebumps right now because it's really beautiful. He's so absorbed in his work that when the guards call him to get back to the camp because it's already the sun set, it's late and they have to go back, he's quite upset. Even Denisovich was so absorbed in what he was doing that when he's called to retreat and come back to the camp, he's upset. And even if the work was tiring and futile and wasn't really of any use for anyone, he's still upset. Sorry. And what I wonder is, if Ivan Denisovich, by the way, he's not a fictional character. Actually, there was people who actually lived that kind of life, and he is just an alter ego of Alexander Solzhenitsyn, by the way, who were also a prisoner in a gulag. If Ivan Denisovich managed to find joy and the optimal state of experience during his work, despite it's being painful, in one of the worst conditions that were one could possibly imagine, it's a job that fundamentally is useless, and for someone who detests him, why can't I find job and find meaning and joy in my job? And why can't you find also joy and meaning in your work, even if it's tiring, even if it's useless? And I'm not saying you should continue with your job forever. That's not what I'm saying. But if you feel trapped, if you are forced to do this thing because it's necessary for your family, it's necessary for you to bring the food on the table, take pride in what you have to do. Try to do the best job possible, even if it's useless, even if you feel no emotional connection with the job that you're currently doing. But by focusing more on the task at your hand, you could find flow, you could find optimal experience, you could find joy, you could find pride in your work. Take pride in the work you do, even if you don't like it. but take pride in it. Whatever it might be. Maybe you work in a fast food, you're just rolling this in this chaotic environment, you're rolling this shitty burgers and you're giving it to people. But just let's say an example. I try to guess. Maybe there is someone who is tired as much as you are and is coming back from his shitty job where he have to then come back to his shitty wife that always yells at him. And maybe the fact that you are kind to him, that you're giving to this poor man his burger, will lift his day up. This is just a made up idea that I had just right now, but try to find pride in what what you're doing. Okay? It doesn't have your job for the rest of your life, but if you have to do it for an extended amount of time, let's say 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, something like that, shouldn't be worth to find some joy, find some meaning, find some flow in that thing that you're already forced to do. Try to take pride in your work. Try to find joy even in something that is in the end very useless. Be like Ivan Denisovic. Thank you if you watched till here. Hope it helped you, and remember to aim upward and keep searching for strength.